Some mysteries feel like they were meant to be solved, pieces of a puzzle scattered across time. But then there are the others, the cases that refuse to make sense. The ones where evidence contradicts logic, clues seem to rearrange themselves, and every explanation feels like a lie told by the universe. Tonight, we're diving into 5 of the strangest unsolved cases of all time. Stories so bizarre that investigators, scientists, and skeptics still argue about them decades later. Disappearances without footprints, dead ends with impossible details, and secrets buried deeper than the truth itself. So grab a light, because these mysteries get darker the closer you look. 1. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, 1959, a mountain, a tent, and a night that defies explanation. Our first mystery begins on the icy slopes of the Ural Mountains in February of 1959, where 9 highly skilled hikers set off for an expedition they were more than capable of completing. They were experienced, prepared, and confident. But something happened on that mountain. Something so unusual that it still confounds experts today. When rescuers finally located their tent, they discovered it had been cut open from the inside. The hikers had fled into the snow with almost no clothing, no boots, and no apparent reason. Their tracks showed no signs of panic, just a calm, orderly walk into the dark. The strangest part? The group split into 3 separate paths, as if each person believed a different escape route would save them. Authorities tried everything to construct a narrative: severe weather, an avalanche, wildlife, even military activity. But none of it fits. The slope was too shallow for a natural avalanche. The weather, while harsh, wasn't enough to cause 9 people to calmly abandon shelter. And the search found no sign of other forces entering or exiting the area. It's a mystery trapped in frost, silent, frozen, and still refusing to thaw. 2. The Somerton Man, 1948, a dead man on a beach, and a code no one can crack. Just after sunrise on December 1st, 1948, a jogger wandering along Somerton Beach in Australia noticed a man propped up against a seawall. At first glance, he looked like he was sleeping. His clothes were crisp and clean, his shoes polished, as if he had just stepped out of Taylor's shop. But the man was not asleep. He carried no wallet, no ID, no personal belongings. Every tag on his clothing had been carefully removed. His fingerprints matched no one in the country. And tucked discreetly into a hidden pocket was a single scrap of paper with 2 words in Persian. Tamam shud. It means it is finished. Investigators traced the phrase to an extremely rare book of poetry called the Rubaiyat. When they found a copy with the same phrase torn out, they discovered faint scribbles on the back, a code. Some combination of letters, symbols, and possible initials. Decades of professional codebreakers, intelligence agencies, and amateur cryptologists have all failed to crack it. Even after extensive modern effort, the Somerton Man's identity, motives, and final hours remain a wall of well-pressed fabric, smooth on the surface, but hiding something sewn beneath. 3. The Lead Masks Case, 1966. 2 men on a hill, lead masks, and instructions for an appointment no one could explain. On a warm August evening in Niterói, Brazil, a boy flying a kite noticed something strange on a remote hilltop. 2 men lay side by side on the grass, neatly dressed in matching suits. Next to them, an empty water bottle, a notebook, and 2 homemade lead masks, the kind used to block radiation. The men were identified as 2 local technicians. They'd left town days earlier, telling family they had urgent business. The notebook contained a single cryptic message: meet at the designated spot. Take capsules. After effect, protect face with mask. No one knows what capsules they were referring to. None were found. No one knows who they were supposed to meet. No one knows why they needed radiation-blocking masks on a hill with no radiation. Friends described them as fascinated by the idea of contacting higher beings. Some believe they were attempting a scientific experiment. Others think they were following instructions from a group, one that never stepped forward. The case is still as eerie as the masks left in the grass, blank, silent, and staring into nothing. 4. The vanishing of Flight 19, 1945. 5 Navy planes vanish. The rescue plane disappears too. Our fourth mystery takes us to the infamous stretch of ocean known as the Bermuda Triangle. But this isn't just folklore. This one is documented down to the final radio transmission. On December 5th, 1945, 5 Navy Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The pilots were well trained. The weather was clear. Everything was normal. Then, an hour and a half into the flight, something went wrong. The squadron commander radioed in. "We can't tell where we are. Everything looks wrong." Compasses spun wildly, showing contradictory headings. Landmarks vanished. The ocean seemed unfamiliar, as if the planes had flown into a different world. In their final transmission, the pilot said they were ditching the planes in the ocean once the fuel ran out. A rescue plane was dispatched immediately. It vanished too. Despite one of the largest search efforts in history, no trace of the 5 planes or the rescue craft was ever found. No floating debris, no oil slick, nothing. To this day, experts debate whether navigational error, equipment failure, or something more unusual happened that afternoon. But the sea isn't talking. 5. The Bennington Triangle disappearances, 1945 to 1950. An entire forest where people vanish as if swallowed by the trees. Our final case takes place in the quiet wilderness of southwestern Vermont, in an area that locals now call the Bennington Triangle. Over a 5-year period, multiple people disappeared there, each case stranger than the last. It started with 74-year-old Mid-Eye Rivers, an experienced woodsman who led a small hunting party. He walked a few steps ahead on a familiar trail and was never seen again. No tracks, no belongings, no sign of struggle. The very next year, a college student named Paula Weldon went hiking on the same trail. She was last seen walking confidently along the path in broad daylight. Searchers scoured the area with helicopters, dogs, hundreds of volunteers. They found nothing. More disappearances followed. A seasoned trail guide, a war veteran, even a boy who went missing while his family stood only a few yards away. The strangest part? In several cases, search parties had covered the same areas multiple times, only for nothing to appear. As if the forest withheld its secrets on purpose. Some blamed natural hazards. Some suspect hidden sinkholes, sudden weather, or missteps off the trail. Others whisper about something stranger. A place where the earth seems to open and close without leaving a mark. What remains is a piece of wilderness that seems to rewrite its own map. These 5 mysteries have one thing in common. They refuse to be solved. They sit at the crossroads of evidence and imagination, teasing us with fragments of truth while hiding the rest. Maybe someday technology, new witnesses, or a forgotten clue will break one of these cases wide open. But for now, they remain unsolved, windows into moments that should have been clear, but instead became shadows. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to subscribe for more stories just like this one. And let me know in the comments.